Hi everybody, welcome to Jake Showcase. We do videos on Wednesdays. Today I thought I would tell you why I don't like going on boats and why I don't like fishing. Okay, so when I was in grade 10, basically I was entered into a program called the Canada Exchange 125 program, where me and a group of people from my city were done an exchange program with people out in Halifax. So they would come. There was about 15 of us from our city and 15 of them from Halifax, and they basically came and lived with us for a week, and then we would go and live with them. And basically, what we would have to do is, I had a girl live with us, and she was really nice, and then we would go there. So basically, after they had come to our place, it was time for us to go, and we got on a plane. It was the first time I was ever on an airplane, and flew out to Halifax, Nova Scotia, and I went to live with this girl and her family for a week. I was in about the 10th grade at the time. So basically what we were supposed to do is each day, our exchange group of local kids from our city would go to different special sites throughout the province to sort of learn about the province. For example, like one day we went to school with them, and I really enjoyed that. I really found the people extremely friendly there. And then one day we'd go to this site and that site, but the one that was kind of most telling was one day we had to go to this fishing vessel. So I had never been on a boat before, of any merit anyway, and we had to go with this fishing trolley, and so to get a feel for what a life as a fisherman's like. So it was a really big boat. It was one of the biggest boats I'd ever seen. You know, big, huge, giant boat. I would say about basically about the size of a house, or very large. About maybe 2 or 3 times like one of those giant trailers that people live in. And so this guy was a fisherman, right? And he was like, he was up in this boat, and I think he had 2 crewmates with him. And we all 15 or 20 of us got onto this boat. And I was really tiny, right? Like I was still pretty close to one of the smallest guys in the whole country going on this trip, right? And I didn't know how to swim. I never knew how to swim, so I was a little bit like, well, like it was exciting, but I was also a bit nervous. So basically what we did was, it was a gray day. It was kind of cold. It was springtime, but it was still pretty cold. It was really quite cold out there on the water. Got on this boat. And basically, as we kept going and going, and the land kept getting further and further away. Now, I didn't know how to swim, and I had one of them jackets on, right? I had one of those life jackets. But as we got further out, the waves started getting really quite big. Like on the shoreline, it didn't really seem really big, right? It seemed like kind of nice small waves. But as you get going further and further out on the ocean, I was shocked at how big these waves actually were when you got further. So basically the shoreline was going, and basically I couldn't see it anymore, and I was like, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe how far out we were. And these waves were getting huge, like they were getting like size of a house, and nobody else, or the crew people didn't seem to be, I guess this is normal out on the ocean, right? But this was tossing up and it was going down. It was like just absolutely huge. And the railing that was along the side of the railing, was up to about my forehead because I was so small, and it was like basically, I could go shooting right out of the out into the ocean, right? So we're going, and I'm trying to hang on to this bar, right, going up and down. And this guy's trying to talk about fishing and this and that with his nets and how many fish they catch and how they catch it. I didn't really care too much about the fishing. I was just kind of scared for my life, because I didn't know if I was going to, I couldn't see the shore anymore, and I didn't know how to swim. So I'm hanging on to this bar, and then all of a sudden I had to go to the bathroom. And I had to go take a pee, and unfortunately on the boat there is no bathrooms. So basically they go off the side of the boat, which I didn't know, so I really had to go to this bathroom, right? And we had a mix of guys and girls. So I went up and told the captain, I was like, I really have to go to the bathroom, right? Because my bladder is about the size of you know, it's like pretty darn small. And I had to go to this bathroom, and he said, okay, well listen, what I'll do is I'll get the group to go to the back here, and you go up to the front, and you go to the bathroom, right? So I said, oh, okay. So he told them, okay, let's go look at the fish hooks or something like that. And so one of the supervisor people had to watch me, right? And I had to go up to this rim, or the edge of this boat, hanging onto this side railing, right? Trying to pull up, trying to get further and further up. So there I am up on this boat, right? And going up and back and forth, right? And I'm trying to go to the bathroom, right? I'm trying to go to the bathroom, but unfortunately I couldn't kind of keep it straight. And this thing kept, you know, kept wiggling in the, you know, it started peeing all kind of sideways. And my whole leg, my whole one leg here on the right side got totally soaked. Got totally soaked by me peeing on it, right? I peed on it and it was freezing cold. Right, so this thing is like freezing. It's not drying out in the air or nothing like that. It's like getting ice. It's turned into like this kind of pea ice on my leg. And I was so embarrassed because like the whole group came back, right? And I had done as much as I could do, and they came back and they saw that I had basically wet myself on this boat, right? And I tried to say, well, maybe it was a splash or something like that, but they were all laughing at me, right? And so I was really happy to get back on shore. I was really embarrassed in front of like this high school group that I was with, and you know, talk about, you know, trying to impress people and look good and this and that, and here I am all wet. I wet myself, right? And ever since, I've never been on no boat. I have no interest in becoming a fisherman. I really enjoyed the people of Nova Scotia in particular. I found them to be exceptionally friendly. But you know, that was just, it was too much for me, and that's why I don't want to be a fisherman, and that's why I don't go on too many boats. Okay, thanks for watching. I just thought I'd tell you that story. Please like my video below, subscribe to my channel up above, and do my videos on Wednesdays. I hope you have a wonderful day, and have a great day. Bye now.